Okay, now that we have installed MySQL, we need to create a database for our website. Usually people buy some external features for their website so that they could have access to a graphical user interface or GUI, which working with that is much easier, but we want to do it using the command line interface in here. So to open the MySQL, we just type mysql-u root and then -p, because we don't have any password for that or MySQL server, so we just hit enter, and in here if we say show databases and hit enter, you could see that these are all the databases that have been installed by default when we install the MySQL package on our system. Now in here, in order for us to create a database, we just say create. The syntax is so easy, so we just say create database and we name the database that you want to create. Let's name it test1. Now we hit enter, so a database has been created. If we say show databases again, you could see that test1 has been added. Now after that, we want to create a table. So first we just say use test1, which is the name of our database. We hit enter, database changed. If we say create a table, we want to create a table. Let's name the table, for example, staff, and we hit enter. A table must have at least one column. Yes, the moment that we create a table, we should at least add one column. We could add all the columns that we want at the same time, but I just want you to know all the different syntaxes for creating them separately. So in here, I want to create a table, the first column to be something named user ID. I want it to be of type of int. I want it to be not null. Again, if you don't know these things, it doesn't matter. This course is not about how to create databases in MySQL. It's about the SQL injection and prepared statements. So these are just general overview on everything. If you don't know them as good as you should know, I just want you to be more familiar with that. So we said user ID int not null. In here, then I want to say primary key, and then also auto increment. So if you don't know what these things are, I want this one to have the first column that I have added, I want the name to be user ID. Only it accepts int. It cannot be null, and the first value would be, it would have a first value, and it would just auto increment. If the value that has been provided by user is null, it would just auto increment. Now we hit enter, and this table has been created. If I say show tables and hit enter, you see we have a staff, the one of the table in test1. Now if we say describe a staff in here and we hit enter, you see that we have one column in here. Now I want to add more columns. For example, I want to have a table which has a user ID, a name, an email, and a password. Or let's say just say a user ID, an email, and a password. So I just say alter table staff, and then I would want to add another column with the name of email. This email I want to be varchar as big as 255, and it cannot be null. Again, you hit enter. I also want to add another thing called password with the same feature. So in here I just say password, and again we hit enter. Now if we say describe staff again, you see now we have 3 columns. Now it's time to insert some data into our database as the sample data that then we want to work with them using our browser.